you only need to look at what's happening in our region. So I mentioned the experience of Australia of economic coercion. I mentioned the cyber attacks, which are consistently happening. And we saw only a couple of weeks ago the UK say that China had interfered or attacked its electoral roll, right? So there's a lot of things that are changing. We see, monthly China's aggression in the West Philippine Sea towards the Philippines. There's some imagery of Chinese Coast Guard's water cannoning Philippine vessels. But it's not all about China. Obviously, there is concern about some of the behaviour in the region. But also we know when you look to the Korean Peninsula, North Korea has fired more missiles in the last 12 months than it has done in, something like the last 5 or 10 years. So things are dramatically changing, and the architecture that underpinned the safety and security of the rules-based order is eroding. And so therefore, in order to counter that, Australia has enacted a strategy of deterrence by denial. And to do that, you need to have a credible military force. When you think about the concept of deterrence, there's really 3 pillars of that. One is capability, one is credibility, and one is communication. So if you have a deterrence strategy, you need to have the capability that can back that up and the credibility that you would follow through. And so I think that's what the National Defence Strategy now today is trying to get after.
So do you think as of now, do Australia have capability on doing that, preparedness and deterrence?
It is a challenge. We're potentially a little bit behind the curve on where we should be. And a lot of that comes from a lack of investment in defence, over the last 10 years, to be honest. You look back to even the 2009 white paper where he talked about recapitalising defence capability, and we didn't really follow through with the funding, right? So as much as we talk about a lot of that money is to respond to the changing strategic circumstances, some of it is also just because we've reached the cycle in our expensive defence capability that it needs to be replaced, right? Which is kind of every 20 years or so. So we've kind of hit those two things at the same time.